welcome to the Engerati studio. We're live at European Utility Week. I'm Rose and I'm joined now by Rob Smith, Head of Policy and Public Affairs at Smart Energy GB. Thanks for joining us, Rob.
Thank you.
It feels like a very good time to be talking to you because a lot of talk here has been about rollouts reaching scale now, which must be a massive relief to a lot of the utilities that have been putting that infrastructure in. So smart meters are there, they're coming online. So I guess the conversation now is around the consumer using it, the end user understanding smart meters. Should the conversation now be moving beyond just the kind of one-dimensional aspects of monetary saving?
Yes, I mean, I think what's really interesting here is how we have heard lots and lots of discussion about when you have that platform of a digital energy infrastructure, just what the possibilities are, both for the energy consumer, but far beyond. And when you consider the the analog energy infrastructure and how restrictive that is, how disengaged people feel from energy, something they have been disempowered from, something they have that feeling that they don't control. It really does bring about a revolution in the energy market, and I think we've been hearing people last few days really imaginatively talking about what the opportunities for that are. Those are opportunities for the consumer, for an engaged consumer, which is obviously what we want to see. But also people thinking about the products and services you might offer in the future.
I mean, you're obviously in the UK, you understand the kind of UK market. How engaged are consumers? Because the kind of rate of switching between suppliers at the moment suggests there's not a very high level of engagement. So just wondered what your impression was.
I mean, for me, it's about are we giving the consumer the tools that they need to make that decision and consider whether they are with the right supplier for them at the moment, or whether they could be shopping around for a different supplier. What we know is that people with smart meters are telling us that they then feel that they have the tools to make that decision. 76% of people with smart meters say, yes, I have that data, I am able to make that decision. Whereas, kind of that figure is much, much lower for people trying to operate in an analog market. That market is changing. I think what's particularly exciting is it's going to change across the piece. It's not just going to be for people who have been traditionally engaged consumers wanting to switch. That market is changing for people on prepay meters, for example, who will see the market change very much for the better. And I think what a lot of people have been talking about here in Barcelona is that there will be unexpected changes to that market in the next few years, and things that people have not yet imagined will happen in the energy sector.
It's quite exciting. Now the infrastructure's in place, the smart meters are in place. What's next? What could happen next is quite exciting. I mean, your campaign has been very creative.
Yes.
Seen some brilliant things. Like I love the analog meter orchestra. All those different ways to kind of draw attention to the rollout and try and bring home the benefits. Do you get a feel that customers, end users do understand it now? Do kind of, are using the in-home displays?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're taking people on a journey, aren't we? So I'm pleased you've noticed some of the really creative things we do, because actually energy is, it's a low-interest sector. It's not something that most people spend a huge amount of time thinking about. It's not something that people want to be spending all their time thinking about. So we need to grab their attention by showing them some of the anomalies of a analog system, and that the change is coming. And I think we're really delighted with the results we're seeing. We survey 10,000 energy consumers twice a year to find out their views on energy and smart. We're seeing very high levels of people engaging with our campaign. We're seeing a growing number of people actually having a very good understanding of what a smart meter does and how they can use it to get their energy use under control now.
I think one concern about the rollout is making sure that all the marginal groups are brought in and understand how they can benefit. What's been your approach there for, say, people on low-income households or the elderly, and what's been the approach?
Yeah, I mean, that's really exciting. I mean, for me personally, the opportunity to take everybody with us on that journey is hugely important. And right from the start of Smart Energy GB's campaign, we've looked at how we make smart energy a campaign for all. Our approach has been to set up a partnerships program which works with a range of organisations that help us to reach out to different groups. We've also formed a partnership with National Energy Action, who are leading Smart Energy GB in communities, that enables those very smallest community groups to access resources or funding to help them take people along with them. But what I would say is, even my own anecdotal experience, we shouldn't presume which groups are going to be most engaged with their energy than others. Certainly my own experience of going out on a smart meter installation saw some, certainly older people very, very engaged when they saw the in-home display, really could see the difference it could make to their lives and how they manage their energy use.
Okay, interesting. So how can smart meters encourage that behaviour in households? So, the hard part's done, potentially, yes. Getting, installed and in-home displays there. I mean, how can it actually help?
It's about making the invisible visible, and we know that visibility is a hugely powerful and important point in taking people on that journey. So in Great Britain, we have a smart meter rollout where every supplier is offering a in-home display, a small tabletop piece of equipment that gives you that information of what you're spending in pounds and pence. It also shows you through a very simple red, amber, green traffic light system how high your energy use is. Now, that may be a tool that people are using to control their energy use. It may be simply that they're saying, actually, that's really useful because now I know that when I leave the house I can check whether I've left an appliance on. So I think that that visual journey is really important. I think what we will also see very quickly is the range of services, that the ways in which people can interact with that information is going to grow very rapidly indeed.
Okay, so what advice would you give to another country about to embark on a similar journey that the UK is on, in terms of drawing in customers, making energy exciting, all those things?
What I would say is the experience we've had in Great Britain to date is that smart technology as a whole, and this applies to energy as much as anything else, is only really accessed through an engaged consumer. So you have to put engaging consumers at the heart of any smart project, and there are particular challenges to doing that in energy. Massive rewards from taking people on that journey. But really think about what is it that is going to change the relationship between the consumer and their energy use, make them feel it is something they can get under control, and the host of benefits that smart meters bring.
So is this kind of coming to the end of the road for Smart Energy GB, or will you have a function kind of beyond 2020?
Well, I don't think we're at 2020 yet,
No.
So I'm not sure we're at
done.
the end of the road. I mean, certainly Smart Energy GB's job is to undertake the campaign through the smart meter rollout, letting people know that smart meters are coming and how they can use them to get their energy under control. And that is our job. It is tied to the rollout. What I would like to see is Smart Energy GB, when the rollout is complete, leave a legacy behind, and that legacy is an army of energy prosumers in Great Britain.
Great, thank you, Rob. On that note, we'll leave it.
Thank you very much.
You can watch more of the interviews from European Utility Week on the Engerati YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.